And I always said to him, "Mark, you know, if you look at these riders, they are half your size. You're a wind resistor." But he just loved racing. He lived to race. I think the Lord bestowed the greatest honor and privilege on my life to give him to me as a son. He had pipes and, I mean, he was in ICU. And while they were praying, I swear my child with us, because he had tears in his eyes. His eyes were closed, but there were tears. And I'm sure he heard that we all prayed for him. At 5 o'clock, he got up and he got some scriptures that he wanted to read for my Bible. And when we got their fathers and said, "No, the blood pressure is dropping. We need to get to the hospital." I know why he was taken from us. Because God chooses the most beautiful flowers for his garden. And it doesn't make it easier though.
I looked at him and thumbs up, and we were both, you know, ready and focused. And actually, as we pulled out into the pits, he pulled out in front of me and stopped and waited, and last thing we did was fist bump each other. I slowed down to wait for my dad, but obviously it didn't come around. And then then I carried on and proceeded round, and we all stopped on the grid, and I saw his bike lying there, you know. I was very, very scared and worried, you know. I thought, you know, everything was fine, and I didn't want to think about anything bad. I got to the medical centre, and the marshals were all there, and I said, you know, "I'm his son. Is my dad okay?" And they said, "Just wait here, you know." And I said, "Well, can I go in?" They said, "No, you can't." They wouldn't let me go in, obviously because it was actually bad. And so I waited out there, and then you know, I was just walking around waiting, and I just couldn't handle just waiting. And I like, there was a door, and I sort of put my head through the door, and they had a screen. There was like a small gap in the screen, and I saw my dad lying there, and they were trying to resuscitate him. And then I just broke down. I just started crying, and then it actually hit me how serious it was, and I couldn't handle that situation. And then the doctor said, "You know, look, we tried everything that we could, and unfortunately I just couldn't handle it. I just felt so angry." Then they just took us into a room to calm us down, and, you know, showed the one medical that we can't tell us, and just hugged me, and, you know, I just couldn't really, it just was such shock.